What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the Skrulls in the future of the MCU being Phase 4. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. So we're currently doing a competition on the channel for a Hasbro Infinity Gauntlet, which they are pretty sick if you've seen, and they are very expensive. So it is probably the best gift we have ever given away. So all you got to do to win with a chance is subscribe to the channel and let me know down below who is your favorite superhero. Who is your favorite villain? Did you like Captain Marvel? Just comment down literally anything down below. So Phase 4 is going to be announced most likely properly at San Diego in July at Comic-Con, and I most likely 99.999% pretty much will be there, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then we're going to know exactly what's happening in Phase 4. Obviously, Kevin Feige's already revealed some major, well, it's not actually major news, let's not pretend. He's already announced that we're not going to find anything till after Spider-Man Far From Home, which will be the first movie in Phase 4. So Secret Invasion is looking very likely once they have bought Fox, the merger, the billion-dollar merger, 74 billion, I think it was. Yeah, that's a pretty big merger. But I can't see Secret Invasion coming soon. But there has been some talk about it. So Secret Invasion in the Marvel Comics is something that MCU fans have wanted for years. So everyone is looking forward to the Captain Marvel movie. I better say this, careful for spoilers if you've not watched the Captain Marvel movie yet. So some people were disappointed with the Skrulls in Captain Marvel because they obviously didn't watch the movie properly, because there was a massive setup, but it wasn't with Ben Mendelsohn's character, who absolutely killed it with Talos, the head Skrull. But there was a setup for the Skrulls in the MCU to be kind of Secret Invasion based, if you caught it. So the storyline involves around the long-term invasion of Earth by Skrulls, a group of alien shapeshifters who can secretly replace many superheroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe who were imposters over a bunch of time prior to the invasion. Marvel promoted a tagline for the event was, "Who do you trust?" You know, it's a common theory in the MCU that Ant-Man is a Skrull, Nick Fury's a Skrull, Tony Stark's a Skrull, Warstu's a Skrull. Literally everyone's a Skrull, and the Ant-Man is a Skrull theory is most likely the best one. So after the destruction of their own homeworld, a change in leadership, the Skrulls secretly replaced Earth's heroes in preparation for an invasion of Earth, leaving one question to be asked: who do you trust? So hopefully you've seen Captain Marvel already. So inside the Captain Marvel movie, we were introduced to the Skrulls within the MCU, which, like I said before, they weren't what everyone actually expected them to be. So the Skrulls have been in seclusion for the past 6 years. When the event of Captain Marvel begins, they are afraid to branch away from Marvel's ship so that the Kree wouldn't find them and wouldn't kill them. During their escape from the Kree, Talos asks his wife to cover their children's eyes as he kills some of their captors. She manages to break away and sees her father's violence, but it doesn't scare her as he approaches her to show affection. The scene makes it clear that she's happy, if not proud, that her father executed their enemies in order to protect their next of kin. As they attempt to board the ship and fly away, Marvel's lab, the Kree shoot at him and wound him, causing worry amongst his family. Talos survives, and his daughter even forges a bond with young Monica Rambeau, which will likely grow up to become Phantom or Spectrum or Captain Marvel, depending on which comic book route they will potentially go if this movie gets greenlit for Captain Marvel 2. But let's be honest, guys, it's made $450 million in the opening weekend, so it will be getting a second one. And you gotta like factor into the fact that Brie Larson signed a 7-movie contract, so she is not going anywhere. But Carol eventually aids the surviving Skrulls in their quest to find a new homeworld, but not before issuing a warning to the Supreme Intelligence that she would return to Hala to end the lies being fostered on the Kree homeworld. It sets up a sequel that could possibly set up a proper Kree-Skrull war, which was only teased in the film, or a different kind of conflict, I guess you could say. So what are we inferring to? So obviously, Talos' daughter could forge over the years. She could be really annoyed with other species. And in theory, she could invade Earth. So that's potentially what could happen. So there was a cheeky little Secret Invasion teaser. So in the comics, Talos' daughter, Varanki, is key and integral part of that. So if that's what they mean, because during an interview with comicbook.com, Kevin Feige explained to comicbook.com the following: just like not all humans are bad, I think Skrulls probably have a variety of moralities amongst them. Feige told us when they can do what they can do, it probably gets very tempting. So it's fun to have introduced the concept and we'll see where it goes. So this pretty much does confirm a secret invasion in the future. And obviously before the Captain Marvel movie came out, there was an interview with Collider where they confirmed that yes, there was a conversation during production about its secret invasion, but ultimately they didn't do it. And this was, I'm going to paraphrase, yes, we talked about secret invasion. I wouldn't go into this movie saying which one of the superheroes is a Skrull, because Carol is more or less the first superhero to show up on Earth, but we are planting the seeds for future movies always. So it somewhat does confirm that secret invasion has been spoke about amongst Marvel, but obviously to do secret invasion properly, you need to own Fox. So by the end of this month, Marvel should own Fox 100%. And also in the same paraphrase, it does confirm that there is a secret Skrull within the MCU, which is very interesting because everyone keeps saying Tony Stark's a Skrull, Captain Marvel's a Skrull. Well, we actually seen an impersonator Captain Marvel Skrull in this movie, which was pretty interesting. So there is an eagle eye user on Reddit who actually picked up on something that I didn't pick up on, so full credit to him. So it said this: during the movie, Nick Fury uses the fact that he cannot eat toast to prove to Carol that he is not a Skrull, aliens with abilities to shapeshift and other people. So essentially what they said is they only can have short-term memory from whichever host they take over. So the subredditor points out that Fury eat a sandwich in Age of Ultron. So there's a gag that Fury can't eat toast. That is pretty funny. So he said, I decided to watch Age of Ultron again, and at the 1 hour and 9 minute mark, Fury eats what appears to be a cut sandwich diagonally, which is a paraphrase of what he said. Now, to be fair, it wasn't toasted bread, and he did break a piece off from it before he ate it. So maybe it only applies to toasted and not sandwiches. Either way, I'm convinced the modern Fury is a Skrull. Secret invasion confirmed. See, that's a really interesting continuity issue, or he could be a Skrull, because obviously this movie's set in the 90s, 95, 89. There's a bit of time jump in. So they do have to remember everything they've already done before they already did this. So is Fury a Skrull? No. So obviously this movie's set before Age of Ultron, but there would have been some time passed before this movie, obviously jumping from the Captain Marvel period to the Age of Ultron. And let's be honest, like when you become an adult, I guess you can, I don't know, start liking peanut butter if you didn't like it before. I don't really think this confirms that Nick Fury is a Skrull, although a lot of people do think he is a Skrull still, which is interesting. And obviously in an earlier movie when Fury faked his own death and then he went rogue, some people still think that Fury is no longer Fury and he is a Skrull, but I don't really see the point of that happening, because if that is going to be the case, if that is where they are going with this storyline, then why would they have Fury dusted within this movie? It would make no sense, obviously, being Infinity War. If Fury wasn't dusted, then yeah, sure, I could see where you're coming from. But it is an interesting theory, and we do know that there are some secret Skrulls out there. I've been told that I'm like a Skrull before, but I don't really know how not to imply that I'm not a Skrull. So it's interesting that Kevin Feige keeps revealing bits here, there, and everywhere. But I think the Skrulls are fantastic. Ben Mendelsohn's character was fantastic. And obviously, Talos' daughter could start a secret invasion, not to be confused with Secret Wars. Everyone wants Secret Wars, so much that the Russo bros said they won't return unless they get Secret Wars. But realistically, do we need the Russo brothers to direct Civil War, Avengers 3, Avengers 4, and Secret Wars? No. I hope Marvel get a complete new director to do Secret Wars. But either way, it's looking very likely that we will be getting Secret Invasion and Secret Wars. Obviously, Secret Wars will be crazy. The scale that it would have to be Secret Wars would be the same scale as Avengers 3 and 4, because it would be crazy heroes versus villains. It would be absolutely mad with the Beyonder and everything like that. So it's safe to say that Marvel's future is looking fantastic. Obviously, there hasn't really been much news. They're supposed to be shooting Black Widow very soon, and the Eternals movie is getting a lot of casting notices at the moment. So like always, guys, we will keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest Marvel and DC news. Not just Avengers 4, but there hasn't really been any news about Spider-Man Far From Home, and it's kind of difficult to make theories on Spider-Man Far From Home when there's no new trailers or there isn't really anything to go by. So at the moment, we're having to cover Avengers 4 more than we actually like, but we have done a lot of Captain Marvel stuff this week. Obviously, a week on Wednesday, we're going to watch Shazam and obviously meeting the main star for that, so that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, so we'll be doing a bunch of Shazam content closer to when the Shazam movie comes out. I know a lot of the people on this channel don't really like DC, which I don't really understand why, because Marvel and DC are kind of the same. They just do different stories and have different characters, but they're still essentially the same thing. Comic book stories in real time, obviously in either a TV show or a movie. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe and comment. Let me know down below, who is a secret Skrull? Do you want the secret invasion? Is Warstu a Skrull? And do you want to win that Infinity Gauntlet? So I will catch you in that next video very soon. Catch ya later.